So if anybody else is here, let me know. Marianne and Lori are here, but if you are here, please just leave me a little note. Oh, sorry. My internet went off. It just went off. And so I had to start a new live. Thank you. I know, but that's my phone is I'm using my phone for this. So, okay, let's get started. I don't like to make it too late. So I'm going to make this, it's called a 1-2-3 Z fold card. And it was, I saw it on, I think it was a Facebook Live or YouTube, made by a lady named Robin, and she got it from someone else. Okay. Thank you, Diane. Good to see you. So, Rebecca her cousin is Yvonne, and she lives in San Lorenzo, California, and is part of our club. And she sent me this card, and I just loved it. So I had to go find how to make it. So isn't this gorgeous? This is using the boho blue and the Flight and Airy that is was a celebrations set. So and so then I had to make one that was a little different color scheme, same paper, but it is actually using Lost Lagoon because those are the colors in it. Oh, sorry. I'll go down a bit. So I made this one, and as you can see, and the reason it's called a 1-2-3 Z fold, you use a piece of paper, a piece of designer series paper that is 1 inch, 2 inch, and 3 inch. And so I thought that was kind of neat. Plus, this is a double fun fold. So I don't know if you've ever made or seen a bookbinding card. So this is a bookbinding card. This is where you kind of have a place here, and then you open it up, and it's like a book. So it's a bookbinding card, but it's also a Z fold. So the Z fold is when you fold back and you can see the Z in there. So this is kind of double duty. And so anyway, I thought I just love this card. And I actually am going to Houston next week for the Stampin' Up! Convention. It's called On Stage in Houston. And these were, well, these weren't my swaps, but I will show you my swap later. So I will show you the measurements first. So we're going to start with a piece of designer series, or a piece of cardstock that's Highland Heather, and it's 11 inches by 4 1/4 inches, and it is scored at 2 1/8, 4 1/4, and 5 1/2. So I will be scoring this to show you how to do that. And then you're going to need a piece of Highland Heather also that is 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. You don't have to write these measurements down. I will put them underneath after this is done. Hi, Karen. Good to see you. Good to see you. And then the designer series paper, this is the Perennial Lavender, and we have one that is 4 inches by 1 inches. And then we have another that's 4 inches by 2 inches and 4 inches by 3 inches. So that's where the 1-2-3 Z fold comes in. And then you're going to need a basic piece, a basic white for 4 inches by 2 inches, which will be in the inside and will be where you would write your note. So it will be in here, that piece right there. And then 2 7/8 by 2 1/8 basic white for this sentiment. And this is cut with the Perennial postage dies. These are the dies that we're using, the Perennial postage, and I used the third from the largest. And we're going to use the Perennial postage stamp set for this sentiment, sending love and best wishes. So it could be for any occasion, birthday, whatever. And then I am also going to use the painted lavender because I think I love this. So we'll get started first by scoring the Highland Heather, 11 by 4 1/4. Oops, that's backwards. So I'm going to score it at 2 1/8. So I hope you can see that 2 1/8. So 2 1/8 and 4 1/4 and 5 1/2. You are going to be amazed at how quickly this goes together. So I'm going to fold on the 5.5 and burnish that really well. And then for the bookbinding part of it, we're going to pull this back. So this is the one of the score lines, which is about an inch and a quarter. And we're going to pull that back, burnish that well. And then we are going to take some tear and tape, and you could use liquid glue, you could use regular seal, whatever you have. And I'm going to put tear and tape right here. So I want, this is the 1 1/4 piece, and I want this to be adhered down, and that will give it the bookbinding look. And where is my, well, oh, here it is. I use this, my take your pick tool, to get that off. It works great. And then I'll just fold this over and seal that really well. So now we have a bookbinding card. So this is, if you make a card without this score line, obviously, and you can, it's really fun to make these and decorate them however you want. But this time we're going to fold on the other score line, and we're going to fold that back. So that will make the Z fold. So I'm going to burnish that well. And then now we have the Z fold. So you can kind of see the Z in there, the Z fold. So the next step is to take this piece that is Highland Heather, that is 4 1/4 by 3 1/4, and we're going to attach that here. So I want to make sure I get this in. So I'm going to put seal on this piece right here. If I put it on the other piece, I might miss, and it might not work real good. So, and I'm going to put this down, and I'm going to leave about 3/4 of an inch on this side. It doesn't matter how much, but this is what I do, the way I think. Okay, so now we're going to put our 1, 2, 3 pieces on here. This is the Perennial Lavender Designer Series paper that's in the mini catalog. And I'm going to adhere this to the front. Get that tape out of the way. And that's going to go right here. And then I have a piece that is 1 inch by 4 inches. These are all 4 inches, but they're 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to use the back side of this, which makes a nice little and then I'm going to use this piece with the leaves, and that's going to go inside. You can make them all the same, actually. It would be really pretty that way. I haven't, but I think that would be a good idea. So this goes here. Hi, Amy. Thank you for coming. And then we're going to use the piece of white, which is 2 inches by 4 inches. And we're going to put that inside where you would sign or send a note or put whatever. So that's the basis of the card. Isn't that pretty? So when you open it up, you see that, you see your message, and then that. You could actually put paper here, paper here, paper here, but I just kept it fairly simple. So the next thing we're going to do is do the sentiment. Now, what happened to my white piece? Don't tell me I lost it. I had it right here. You know me. Rebecca knows me. Everybody. Diane knows me. Oh, here it is. It's over here. Ah, phew. So I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to use the stamp, it's called Perennial Postage, and it's Sending Love and Best Wishes. And I'm going to use the Gorgeous Grape to stamp that in. But before I do that, I'm going to take this from the Painted Lavender set. This is this piece right here. And I'm going to ink it up. And then I'm going to stamp off because I want it really light. So I'm going to stamp off on a piece of scratch paper. And then I'm going to stamp on here. And this will give just a little bit of a nice background. and it's fairly light. And then I'm going to take the Gorgeous Grape, and I'm going to put the sentiment right in the center there. That, I don't like that. So I'm going to turn it over. You know, there's 2 sides to every story, and 2 sides to every 2 sides to every piece of paper. That was a little too dark, so I'm going to use Highland Heather this time, and I'm going to stamp off twice because I want it really light. Just a touch of paint there. I think that's going to be perfect. There, that's better. I'm sorry, I should have used Highland Heather in the first place. And then we will use the Gorgeous Grape, and now we'll be able to see it better. Yeah, that's much better. Sending love and best wishes. And then I'm going to, nobody will ever know that's back there, right? Okay, guess what I did? I put seal on the wrong side. So I need to, well, for now I'm going to do it, but it'll stick and I don't want it to. I'm getting nervous here for some reason. So I'm going to put this down here, and I'm not going to let that, I'm going to take a piece of paper so it doesn't, and I'll just take my eraser and make sure that that doesn't stick. And then we're going to use the Perennial jewels, or whatever they're called. They're right here. We're going to use the Purple Fine Shimmer. That's what they are. Purple Fine Shimmer. And I'm going to put one in this corner and one in this corner. I know you're supposed to use odds, but I think that looks good. So there we go. That is it. Isn't that pretty? And so simple. I mean, it's simple. I can do it. So I want to show you some other ones. First of all, for those that just joined us, hi, thank you. I know, that is beautiful. She's talking about the Perennial Lavender designer series paper. It is so gorgeous. I'm a purple girl. So this is the card that Yvonne, Rebecca's cousin, sent me. And this is using the Flight and Airy, if you have that, and then Boho Blue as the, and then I made this one. I took her idea and I used the Lost Lagoon, and I used the Lost Lagoon on here that matches that. Well, then I'm going to Houston, as I was saying, and I had to do some swaps. I needed 13 swaps, so that wasn't too many. And this is the one I made for my swap for the convention. And you know what? I put that on the wrong side. I put that upside down. Well, we won't talk about that. Oh boy. So this would be turned around and be on this side. I'll have to change that for sure. And this is Azure Afternoon, and I have to look to see the Lighter Than Air DSP, designer series paper that goes with the balloons. And then Thoughtful Expressions is this. This is the dies and the flower, and then I colored those. So that's one. And then I had to do another one. I had to find something else. So I used the Earth and Textures, and I made a card using that. So this is the Moody Mauve, the Earth and Textures paper and dies. So anyway, and then the paper is Earth and Elegance. So I thought that turned out really pretty too. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you will try it. And if you do, share it with me. The happy birthday is from the Circle Sayings. Yeah, the Circle Sayings. I really like that. Happy birthday. I love the font on it. So anyway, that's all I have for you today. I will put the measurements below. And if you have any questions, just leave me a message and I will be sure and thank you, Karen. I know I'm always doing things like that, as Rebecca will tell you, and Diane. So thank you, everybody. And I appreciate you joining me this morning. And next week I will be gone. I will be headed to Houston, but I will have a video to share with you. Thank you, Karen. I appreciate that. And I will have a video next week. So if you come again next week at 11 o'clock, okay, Earth and Textures. Here we go. See? Can you see it? And I use Very Vanilla. And the same, I used the same die. I just slit it in half and put a little bit, gave it a little bit of a frame. And you really can't tell. I love the thank you on it too. So anyway, thank you very much. And I will see you in 2 weeks, but next week I will have a video. Thank you. Bye.